What is up, Scorpio? How are you guys doing? Guess what time it is, man? It is my favorite time of the month. It's time for the mid-month messages. So why is that my favorite time of the month? I'll tell you why. Because of what I'm looking for in the mid-month messages. When I do the mid-month messages, what I'm looking for is I am checking to see if timelines have changed. Yes, timelines can change. Very easily, might I add. All you gotta do is take the advice that was provided in the main monthly reading and apply it to your situation. And that could potentially change your timeline. That's the whole reason why I give advice. Now, that's the whole reason for this video here tonight. So, for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, the information is right down there in the description of this video. All right, let's jump on into this. I'm starting this off with the person that you're interested in. Scorpio's love interest. Let's see if timelines change. Is Scorpio still on the same timeline with the person that they're interested in? If timelines changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? Let's see. Scorpio and their love interest. Have timelines changed? Boom! Eight of Pentacles. All right, last one. I guess YouTube's not notifying people tonight, huh? Oh well. The show must go on. Justice reversed. Ooh, Queen of Cups reversed. Two of Cups reversed. Right in the heart of the spread. No love offer is being extended or accepted. And it looks like any communication is kind of not really heady, deep, emotional communication. Kind of honestly feels like there's a bit of a blockage here. Like somebody here has their walls up. But since they're not really opening up and showing any emotion, I don't think you are either. Communication. Are you in communication with this person? It's hard to say. If you are, it looks like inconsistent communication. Ten of Cups, Two of Cups reversed. Don't look like a whole lot of much of nothing's happening here. Don't look like it, man. Some of you dealing with an Aries. I also have Cancer, Libra. I think it's getting to a point now where you're starting to get a little bit annoyed and pissed off about this situation. Starting to piss you off a little bit. Starting to get a little bit frustrated. All right, well, kind of boring a little bit, wasn't it? Let's see how this person feels about you then. How's this person be feeling about Scorpio? How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions? Hopes, dreams, and expectations? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Person Scorpio's interested in. What's their feelings and energy look like? Page of Wands, man. This might not be the most mature person in the world. For some of you. Temperance. Five of Wands. Man, a lot of fire in here. This person do got feelings for you, though. I think you make this person a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. I think you make them a little bit nervous. Queen of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups reversed. They don't know how you feel about them. They don't know if you have feelings for them or if you secretly don't like them. I think you're just so deep and mysterious. And this person doesn't really know how to read you, and that makes them a little bit nervous. They got feelings for you, though. They do got feelings for you. You just make them a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I don't know if you're actually doing something or, hey, you know what a lot of times what this is? They're just projecting most of the time. Most of the time, especially if you ain't never been with this person before. Y'all never been in a relationship. You've never gotten to know each other at that level. They're probably just projecting. But it's not really telling me why they feel that way. Five of Wands reversed, though. Queen of Swords reversed. I think you make this person a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. They do got feelings for you, though. They absolutely do. They got feelings for you. They could see themselves being with you. Okay, well, let's grab some advice for this situation. What is the advice? What's the advice? What's the advice for Scorpio? There we go. Two of Wands. Well, I think a decision needs to be made one way or the other. I don't know how long this has been stringing on. Some of y'all have been getting breadcrumb for the past 2 or 3 months. But I would not let it go very much longer at all without making some kind of decision. And whatever decision is made, you need to act on it. Need to act on it. Either I'm fucking doing this or I'm not. For those of you who make the decision, you ain't giving up on this, you're going for this. Hey, might be time to come forward and just spill it all on the table. Might be time to initiate the what are we conversation. Or just tell this person your feelings, you know. If you're making the decision that you're not going to give up on this. Now, for those of you who make the decision, I'm not fucking with this no more, it's time to go Aaron block a bitch on the ass. Deuces. Later, tater. Especially those of you dealing with somebody that's been beating around the bush. You know? I know there's a couple of you dealing with somebody that you're in a situationship with. Friends with benefits type shit. You know? Hey, man. Gotta gain some clarity on where this person wants this to go. It don't matter what feelings they have for you. If you all don't connect at that level and, you know, they continue to be in this energy of being kind of nervous, intimidated, and afraid, then they'll just string it along forever. You know? A decision needs to be made, one way or the other. All right. Past person. Person from the past. How's the energy looking between Scorpio and the person from the past? Have timelines changed? If timelines changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? How are things looking between Scorpio and the person from the past? Damn, dog, I'm seeing a lot of this. I'm seeing a whole lot of this for the past person. Closing it out. closing it out and releasing it. Seeing a lot of that. You're probably the 5th sign that I've seen that for so far. Now, how are you closing it out? That's the question. 5 of Wands reverse. Look at this. This is closure here. That's closure. That is closure. Some of you, okay. Knight of Wands, 2 of Cups. So, for some of you, there's going to be a very brief reconnection between you and this person. Very brief. But it's not really telling me how it's happening. So, whenever I see this energy right here, Knight of Wands, 2 of Cups, Death card, Wheel of Fortune, that feels like the energy, you know, when you like accidentally run into somebody out in public, you know, accidentally bump carts at the grocery store or fucking see him out at the club or something, and something clicks. Something clicks. I might have to pull an outcome spread on this because it's not telling me how this is happening. So I don't want to go too far into that without knowing how this is happening. Let me just see, let me see how the past person feels about you. What are their feelings, energies, and intentions? Person Scorpio dealt with in the past. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Okay, 2 of Swords reversed. Boom! 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups reversed. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles. It kind of looks to me like this person's been working really hard to detach themselves from this emotionally. They've been working really hard on that. Been working real hard on that. Here's that Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. I just had the Knight of Wands, didn't I? Knight of Cups. They've been working really hard on emotionally detaching themselves from this situation. Now, let's dissect that a little bit, shall we? What does it mean if you have to make a strong, concerted effort to try to detach yourself from something? That means you still feel some type of way about it, don't it? So I think at the deepest level, they still got a special place for you in here. But they've been trying to just completely separate and detach themselves from this altogether. It doesn't look like they're holding on to any kind of hope of this ever rekindling, or at least successfully. Don't look like it. Honestly, I'm not really seeing any malevolent intentions coming from this person. I'm really not. Kind of honestly a little bit neutral. It's more neutral than anything. There's that Knight of Wands. Okay, let me get the outcome here. How's this happening? How's this situation playing out? Are there any actions being taken? What is it? What's going on here? Okay, 5 of Wands reversed. Boom, Judgment. It's not telling me. It's not telling me. So, when it doesn't indicate how this is happening, that means that the majority of you, I think it's going to be like an accidental connection. Like you bump into them out in public somewhere, or you know, something like that. Maybe a few of you, this person might show up in your inbox, but I'm not getting any communication cards here at all. I'm not. So you might end up having a very short, brief conversation with this person. Some of you may just kind of say hi, or maybe just walk past them and have that awkward, eerie, weird. Somehow, some way, you're reconnecting with this person, and as soon as you exchange energy with them, something clicks into place. And I think you're releasing this without even meaning to. Some of you may mean to, but I think the majority of you ain't even meaning to. Soon as you see them for who they really are, soon as the universe shows you their true colors, you're letting go of it by accident. By complete and total accident. Just because you're seeing them for who they really are. You're seeing the situation for what it really was. You know what I'm saying? So, the good news is, though, you're closing it out. Whether you mean to or not, you're closing it out and releasing it. Any advice? Any advice for Scorpio with the past person? Any advice? 9 of Pentacles. No, I don't really think so. I think this is one of those types of situations that has to play out a very specific way. It has to. It has to. It has to play out the way it's going to play out. Because you don't realize how much growth you've done since you and this person parted ways. For those of you who are dealing with a situation that ended a year ago, 2 years ago, you don't even realize how much growth you've done until you accidentally revisit the past. And then it all clicks into place. You're seeing them for who they really are. You're seeing their true colors. And there's no real words that you can use to explain the fucking light that comes on. And you're like, oh, that's who you are. You're very disillusioned. Very, very disillusioned very quickly. And you let go by default. I think this is going to play out the way it needs to play out. I think so. So I'm not going to give you a big old spiel of advice. This is going to play out the way it's supposed to. Just don't fight the process, okay? All right. Shifting gears again. Let's see who's coming in next. Is Scorpio still on the same timeline with who's coming in next? Who's the next person coming in? If timelines change, did they change for the better or for the worse? Hang on. Okay. You've completed a karmic cycle. You've completed a karmic cycle. I'm thinking that you're probably going to have a few different offers, options, and opportunities to choose from. Probably a few. And there is somebody here that you do have a soul contract with. But honestly, I think you're kind of struggling to feel a really strong connection with this person. It honestly kind of feels like the next person trying to make their way into your life is more into you than you are them. This is what this kind of feels like. For some of you, I do think that it may be somebody that you currently know, or at least you know of them, but you just never looked at them that way. You know, like for example, that coworker. just for example. You know who they are, you're aware of their existence, but they don't take up a square inch of space in your head. You know who they are, you see them every day, but you don't spend really any time thinking about them. And then you come to find out they got a little thing for you. They got a little thing for you. And you're like, I don't know. Some of you may be getting to a point where you would almost rather be single. Some of you are getting to that point. Some of you are this close to just kind of giving up on it and throwing your hands in the air and saying, fuck it. Believe it or not, when you step into that energy, that's attractive. That's attractive. People notice that shit. So how many of you purchased my last 2 courses? Attracting Your Life Partner and Manifesting Financial Abundance. The Manifesting Financial Abundance course had something special in it. The science and quantum physics behind how manifestation functions and operates. For those of you who grabbed those 2, think about those. Think about it. Think about all the things that I talked about. It'll make sense behind why when you step into this energy, you stop thinking about relationships. And then that's when love offers start to come through. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. You have to really fully embody the energy of abundance from within. And people can feel that on you. And that's attractive. That's really attractive. That's when the love offers start coming through. And a lot of times you'll find yourself going through this little period where you're turning love offers down. Some people stop and say to themselves, God damn it, why is it that whenever I'm out there looking for a relationship, I can't find one to save my life? But then when I'm finally fucking done with it, don't want it no more, now all of a sudden everybody notices me. The science behind manifestation, that's why. For those of you who grabbed that course, that's why. The science behind how manifestation works, that's why. Well, let's get a general outcome, I guess, then. What's the outcome? How are things playing out for Scorpio? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Swords. Yeah, I'm thinking... 7 of Cups again. Nah, I just really kind of feel like you're tightening up. You're tightening up on your standards. You're just tightening up in general. It's getting to a point where I think most of you would rather be alone than try to jump into a relationship with somebody you don't really feel that much of a connection with. It's like, give me my person or give me no one. And you're really starting to step in and embody that energy. Like I said, probably a few offers, options, and opportunities to choose from, but whoops. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. I just don't think that you're going to put yourself in a situation that doesn't quite feel right. And believe it or not, that's a good thing. Because now you're on a straight and narrow path towards attracting your actual person. The question is, how long can you maintain that energy? How long can you maintain that energy? Okay, well, that's interesting. That's a weird message, man. That doesn't come through like that very often. Let's, I guess, get the advice. What's the advice for the Scorpios wondering who's coming in next? What's the advice? What's the advice? Ace of Cups, man. Hey, wait until it feels right. Wait until it feels right. Let me ask you this. Have you ever met a real, true, genuine, certified pair of actual life partners? Divine life partners? You ever met one of those couples? Most people I ask that question to say no, they have not. I'm not just talking about a couple that's been together for a long ass time. That's not what I'm talking about. Those are all over the fucking place, dude. I could probably walk around my neighborhood right now and find you 10 or 15 couples who have been together for 20 years, but they're fucking miserable. Not really happy. Stuck around for the kids. Cheaper to keep her. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an actual pair of divine life partners. Have you ever met one of those couples? Well, if you ever get the chance to meet one, or maybe if you perhaps know one, ask them to tell you the story about how they met and how they came together. Ask them. It's interesting. Everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different path. But the little handful of things that they all have in common are funny. I'll tell you some things that they won't say. A real pair of divine life partners is not going to say, well, when we met, I wasn't really into him. Nah, I wasn't feeling it. I was way more into this person. They had to chase me, and I was trying to get with this person. Then I decided to get with them, and then we broke up and got back together, and then they left and went and fucked somebody, and then I left and went and fucked somebody, and we were on and off and on and off and on and off. And then a year later, I decided I wanted to spend my life with him. You don't hear that with a pair of divine life partners. Karmic partners, hey, all day probably. But actual divine life partners, you don't hear that. You don't hear that. When you meet a true pair of divine life partners, they will always tell you the same thing. When we first met, I knew immediately that I could trust them. I never questioned their loyalty for a split second. I knew exactly how they felt about me. I felt immediately safe, secure, calm, and collected in their presence. There was no nervousness, there was no doubt, there was no fear, there was no, I don't really know if I'm into you or not. Well, maybe I'll just see, I'll just play the what if game and maybe we might be able to get married. No, you don't hear that. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with tightening up on things and paying attention to how the energy feels. That's the biggest thing. I'm not saying be picky about silly, frivolous bullshit like money or what kind of car they drive or what restaurant they take you to on the first date. None of that silly horse shit. I'm talking about paying attention to the fucking energy. The way the energy feels. Everything is energy. And every person that you attract into your life is going to radiate a certain energy. You coming together with a certain person is going to cause a vibrational sensation. And you pay attention to what that feels like. If you connect with somebody and you feel kind of repelled by it, big red flag. Big red flag. Big red flag. So you're on a straight and narrow path to your actual person. There's probably going to be a lot of options to choose from between now and then. The question is, are you going to stop along the way and give somebody a chance? That's the question. I'm not going to tell you what and what not to do. Hey, maybe if you end up connecting with somebody and it fucking feels right, it feels good, hey, go ahead. Your divine life partner isn't the only person you can build a life partnership with, right? Kind of like how, okay, let me give you an example. You only have one mother. Only one. If you walk into a crowded fucking building and grab a random woman, she's either your mother or she's not. Now, is your mother the only woman who can play the role of being a mom to you? No. There's plenty of women out there that could play that role. But that doesn't mean that she's your mother. Does that matter to you? That's the question. You only have one divine counterpart. But that's not the only person you could build a life partnership with. Not the only one. As long as you come together with somebody and y'all can agree to get on the same page at the same time, working towards the same goal, you could build a life partnership with almost pretty much anyone. Technically on paper, you know? So, I don't think there's anything wrong with that energy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't jump into anything that doesn't feel right. Don't rush anything that isn't moving at the rate you want it to move. And definitely don't try to force anything that it feels like the universe is fighting against you. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description. Okay? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.